Return on investment, instructional design. Instructional design. Instructional design and the training/teaching methods that are used significantly impact educational program effectiveness. Instructional design programs are designed to meet the specific educational needs of a school, classroom, and/or student to increase relevance and engagement in the teaching, resulting in better learning outcomes. In addition to saving both time and money, custom instructional design modules prioritize the skills and areas that need to be addressed according to the needs of the students without compromising on quality education. Return on investment. Academic return on investment, ROI, seeks to maximize achievement for the greatest number of students given limited resources. It is a powerful tool for adding structure, rigor, and data-backed evidence to the difficult decisions a school system must take on behalf of its students. It compares the expected gains per unit of cost of a variety of potential actions. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in adapting this approach to education. Education leaders do not seek a monetary return on their investment. Instead, they seek a greater student learning or other outcomes like student citizenship, higher graduation rates, or increased lifetime earnings and career options. They want to use their scarce dollars on what works best for their students. How to measure instructional design for return on investment. Most things are easy to quantify, but not instructional design return on investment. It's especially slippery because it doesn't always deal with numbers, but with humans and other behavior. While educators may not be able to assign a numerical value to the exact ROI received by implementing an instructional design program for training and education, it is possible to identify ways that instructional design has improved efficiency, achieved a goal, and ultimately balanced the bottom line. Before an educator can measure the ROI, there has to be a vision for the end result. What are you trying to accomplish with implementing a particular instructional design to curriculum for students? It is possible to identify the ways instructional design has improved efficiency, achieved a goal, and ultimately balanced the bottom line. How to help identify ROI. You can create measurable goals, establish a project timeline, concept retention and efficiency, and calculate production costs. Now, how do we calculate return on investment? In order to calculate your return on investment, help educators must have to complete a picture of how instructional design has affected learners and the bottom line. Kirkpatrick's training evaluation model can serve as a foundation for figuring out whether the investment in instructional design was worth it or not. Kirkpatrick's model uses 4 levels of evaluation: reaction, learning, behavior, and impact. Now, the first is reaction. It's the first measurable way to evaluate learners' thoughts and feelings immediately after experiencing instructional design and curriculum. It allows for getting honest reactions. Reactions can be obtained by making feedback surveys as part of the instructional design module. Surveys can quickly tell what learners liked and didn't like about their experience. The next is learning. To evaluate whether or not learners are reaching their training objectives. You can create knowledge checkpoints throughout the module. This can be something like true or false questions or prompts to enter definitions or answers, or quick answers to questions. Don't just hope that your training is effective. Give your learners a chance to show off what they've learned and know for sure that they learned it. Next is behavior. Measure changes in their actual behavior. Evaluate what is being applied to real life by checking in 30, 60, and even 90 days after the training takes place. Again, create surveys to gather feedback. Then combine those numbers with the qualitative evaluations in areas such as student morale and teamwork. Finally, impact. Measure instructional design return on investment will never be an exact science. Learning happens through connections, emotions, practice, and experience. By framing an evaluation in a more human way, educators can be better perspective to create and adapt your instructional design so that it is effective as possible. In conclusion, making strategic investment decisions on instructional design of a school or classroom can feel daunting. There are many questions to be answered, affecting many learners with limited resources. And it's an uncertain process. Regardless of the uncertainty, applying rigorous logic to the resource allocation process of instructional design can help educators make more effective resource decisions. When educators take the time to consider reaction, learning, behavior, and impact in the teaching strategy of instructional design, return on investment can become an effective part of a comprehensive decision process that helps leaders make the best use of their limited resources.